Hello everyone and welcome back into this new video. Today we're gonna be talking about the basics that people often forget. For those who don't know, I am Daniel, my in-game name is Leonard, I've been top 150 Radiant and I've played on a professional tier 2 level. So when I mean basics that people often forget, I mean game sense wise and mechanics that people maybe know but they don't apply or they don't think about it in game, but that really matter and that really can help you get a higher rank and rank up. So let's jump right in with the first one. And the first one is gonna be the pre-round. I think that people undervalue pre-round a lot in Valorant, and pre-round is really important because it is the time before the round starts and the time allows you to focus on the next round that you're gonna be playing, make up a plan, check the ultimates, check the economy of your teammates, the enemy teammates, to understand the situation of the current round and to get a better idea of what you guys should be doing. Most people pass this time in the pre-round either just autopiloting and running somewhere without thinking about what are they gonna do and how they gonna wanna and how they want to play the round, and others just pass this time by talking about the last round, what happened, how they died, or tilting about what happened last round, or just discussing with teammates and arguing with teammates instead of focusing on the next round, which is the most important thing. And believe me guys, if you actually start doing this more, you start in the pre-round, check the economy, the ultimate, think about what you wanna do and how you wanna play, you will win and secure much more rounds and much more games for yourself and your teammates as well. The next thing that I wanna talk with you guys about is the angle advantage. I still wanna talk about it even though I think that people know this, but sometimes people still forget. The angle advantage is really important when you peek. So angle advantage is how close you are to the angle, right? And advantage stands for the fact that if you are further back from the angle, then you can see more compared to if you are closer. Okay, this is really important. I feel like people know this, but they don't apply it enough in game and they don't focus about it in game as they should be. This is really important, guys. Why this is important when you pick and when you're clearing the map, right? It's important in those two specific moments because it allows you to see and isolate each fight better. When I am so close to the angle and I try to pick, you see, it's really difficult for me to control anything, and when I pick, I'm gonna be exposing myself to all the angles where the enemies can be. Compared to if I take some steps back from here, it's much more easier for me to divide each angle and isolate each fight. By isolating each fight, guys, you will allow yourself to have a better chance of winning the gunfight and decrease the percentage of times when you pick and you find two enemies looking at you and you will just die. This is really important, and I think, guys, that you should really focus on it much more. When I clear a map, I always focus on how close am I. So if I pick an angle, for example here, I pick this, then I clear the left corner, then when I get closer, I'm instantly gonna try to get as further back as I can, right? To pick this, and then here, okay? Now, if I find myself in a situation where, for example, it's like this door right here, and when I go out I have to check both, I'm gonna first try to get as far as I can from this angle to check this corner, and then I'll do the opposite and try to get as far as I can from this and check this part as well. Okay, really important all the time, as far as you can, so you can isolate and see more and don't die by multiple enemies holding you. The next thing that I want to talk with you guys about is your ultimates. The ultimates in this game are really important, and they can really change up the round and allow you to secure and win it. What is the problem? The problem is that a lot of people tend to save their ultimates too much. The ultimates will return if you use it. The round may not. So for example, if you are in a 3v2 scenario and you're like, oh, should I ult or should I not ult? Just ult. Ult and secure the round is more important than trying to save your ult for the perfect moment, which may never come and which can cause you lose rounds because you thought that it wasn't the perfect moment. Like a 3v2 scenario or a 2v2 scenario where you are doubting if you should ult or no. Obviously, still use it with a little bit of sense, but it's better to use it than to save it for the perfect moment, which may never come again. Quick break, guys. We just hit 500 members in our coaching community, and to celebrate, we are hosting a 2v2 Valorant skirmish tournament on December 27th at 19 Central Europe time. It's a 16-team bracket tournament with fast matches. The winners take home 40 euros and AimLab Plus Premium. Whether you're Radiant or Iron, everyone is welcome. Grab your duo, join the Discord, and make a ticket. Now, let's get back to the video. The next thing, guys, is being proactive in defense. Being proactive in defense is really important, but I have to clear this up for you. Not every time. So what I mean by this is that in defense, you have to get fast and early information to allow yourself to rotate. Because when the round starts, you find yourself in a 5v5 scenario. In this case, you defenders are in disadvantage because you're gonna be splitting up throughout the map. You're gonna be maybe 2 players A, 1 player B, and 1 here, and 1 player on C, right? Or maybe 1 B and 2 players C. Anyways, if the attackers play as 5 and regroup and play together, they are gonna come up versus only you 2 guys if you don't rotate. And that's exactly why you should try to get information, being proactive. That way you can rotate before the enemies end up hitting the site, and if they hit, they will end up fighting 3 or are ready 4 guys. So in the starting round, always try to be proactive with abilities, right? As Sova Arrow, Fade Dog, try to flash and peek maybe, right? Try to get some information, and based off it you can rotate. But also another part of the round in which you have to be proactive is at 1 minute. So when 1 minute of the round is left, 1 minute or 50 seconds. So if you are playing versus enemies that are playing really slow and you're not sure where they are, where they're going, try to be proactive and try to get the space if you have none. If you don't have anything, try to get the space or take it back if they took it, to get information if they're here, if they're not here. So again, you can rotate and they're gonna end up hitting more people inside instead of only 1 or 2. The next tip, guys, is really similar and kinda goes together with the last one, and is the number advantage. So when you get number advantage, a lot of people think that the round is already won, but it's not. When you got number advantage, the best thing to do is to freeze and hold. Now, if you got the number advantage in attack, the best thing to do is not freeze and hold. That's something that you can do, but is to regroup and just play together. So for example, if you start the round 2C, 2 mid, and 1 person A, and you got a kill on mid, the best thing to do from here is to regroup, and based on some information, so if you, for example, the 2 people on C saw as well Operator or Killjoy, or 2 people C fighting them back, then the best thing to do is regroup and go together and hit as 4 or as 5 A, C side. Because from the kill that you got, the defenders, they will rotate. Because you made the pressure, you made the kill. So now, if they before they were 1-1, 1-2, now this guy is dead. So guy from B is gonna rotate, and 1 guy from A is gonna rotate to B. So now what is gonna happen is they're gonna be 1C, 1 garage, 1B, and 1A. And if you hit it up as 4 or 5 people, it will be super easy for you to get the side and secure the round. In defense, when you get the number advantage, you have to freeze and hold, and don't over commit. Don't try to be too aggressive and lose the round. Play safer, play together with your teammates, don't play too aggressive, but also don't play too aggressive alone. Okay? If you're with your teammate is okay. If you're playing maybe from a position from where you can still get information but you are safe, that's okay. Just remember that the round is not won, so don't be too aggressive and don't overextend alone, right? That's really important. If you're together with your teammate, it's different. He can trade you up and you can play together. The next thing, guys, that I want to talk about you is the burst control. So the burst, we all know what is the burst, is when you shoot 2 to 3 bullets and then let go. This way you have time to strafe and make yourself more difficult to hit and kill for the enemies. But people always forget to control the burst. As you can see, guys, right now I'm not controlling it. And what does it mean? If I spawn the bot, you can clearly see that my first bullet is gonna go at the head and then it will rise a little bit. And then my second and third bullet most likely will not hit the head of the enemy. So what I need to do is control the burst, and even those 3 bullets, control it. It's better if they go lower than they go higher, because even if they go lower, you will still hit the enemy. And this is really important, guys, the burst control, because if you don't control it, then you will just waste bullets, and it's basically the same thing as tapping, which is not ideal, because by bursting you're shooting more bullets and you're automatically increasing your chance of winning the fight. Spraying more. The next thing, guys, is spraying more. I feel like people know what strafe is, but they don't spray enough in Valorant. If you pay attention on a VCT Pro match, you will actually notice that pro players actually spray, and they spray quite a lot. In close to medium range, spraying is actually really strong because you don't waste time to strafing and you instantly commit to the fight. Okay, now we have to first explain when to actually commit to it and when to actually start spraying. Again, spray only in close to medium range, and ideally you have to do it either if in the first burst that you do, you hit a body shot. So if you burst and you hit a body shot, you don't want to stop shooting and strafe. You want to instantly keep shooting. So you hit a body and you instantly keep shooting to spray the enemy down. That's first scenario. The second scenario is you bursted first time, you missed all the bullets. Second time, you hit him in a body shot, and from there again, instantly keep shooting. So the main idea is that if you hit him once in the body, keep shooting and spray him down. The next tip is the spacing. The spacing, guys, is really important both when you're defending, when you're attacking, when you're positioning yourself in the map. What I mean by the spacing between you and your team. It's really important to be aware of how distant you are and your teammates are from you. Either you are attacking as a duelist and entering the site, or defending as a cypher with a teammate inside. Because the closer you are to each other, the better it is. You can play together and hit as a punch instead of one finger at a time, if that makes any sense. So make sure that when you're attacking, when you're peeking, when you're holding something, your teammates are close to you or you're playing with them together. So for example, if my teammate is holding from that angle, that position, I can maybe not be holding this because this way I cannot trade him, but I can be here, and as soon as he shoots, I instantly pick, right? The spacing here is far away in this precise case, but I can instantly play with him. Okay, so it's the spacing together, as close we are, and how can we play together? Can we or no? Those are two really important, guys, and it's something that you definitely should pay more attention to. With this, guys, we have finished this video. I hope you liked it. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment down below, I'll answer each one of them. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.